Okay, this is attempt number 3 recording this video, and if this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna give up on it completely. The first time it recorded completely in slow-mo and there was no audio, and then the second time my battery died like halfway through. So we have fully charged batteries, reset settings on my camera. Let's hope this actually works. And please, we are really going to excuse this pimple in the middle of my forehead. It's been a week, okay? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Twisted series by Anna Wong. Let me give you guys like a little bit of a background on how I even got into reading the series to begin with. So basically when like mid to late October hit, I realized that I have been paying for Kindle Unlimited and pretty much have not been using it all year. So I wanted to change that. I was looking through Kindle Unlimited trying to pick out my TBR for the month of November, and I stumbled across the Twisted series and realized all 4 books were available on Kindle Unlimited. I have owned Twisted Love physically for probably like 2 years now, and when I saw that all 4 books were available on Kindle Unlimited, I said, you know what, I think this is my chance now. I need to like sit down and actually read this series, because for some reason I was waiting to buy the rest of the series physically to then start it. Every time it came time to buy some more books, for some reason that series was not really on my radar, but I still wanted to read it. So when I saw it was available on Kindle Unlimited, I said, you know what, this is my chance. Let me just go ahead and get it done. So I did a combination of physical, Kindle, and audiobook. My library has unlimited copies of the first 3 books, so I also listened to those 3 on Libby. For some reason they didn't have the 4th one available on Libby, so I used my Spotify listening hours to listen to it there. So in this video I kind of wanted to briefly go through all 3 books, give you my rating on them, then rank the series as a whole, and then rank the characters, and then basically kind of go through if I would recommend reading this series or not. So I will give a very brief overview of this series, like what the series is about. Basically it is 4 college best friends getting in relationships. That's pretty much all that it is. So first we have Twisted Love. I rated this a 3 out of 5 stars. That story follows Ava and Alex. Ava's older brother Josh goes out of the country for some medical school thing, and he asks his best friend Alex to watch his younger sister Ava while he is away. Alex agrees, and Ava and Alex basically fall in love. The biggest trope in this book is brother's best friend or best friend's sister, but there's also billionaire CEO, genius, MMC. I thought this book was okay. The writing wasn't the best, but it being the first book, it's understandable. I did kind of like the storyline of this one, but I didn't really have any feelings toward Alex and Ava. Like I didn't really, like, it's not that I didn't like them, it's just that they didn't like stick out to me. Alex as an MMC was okay. Nothing really there that kind of made me absolutely love him. The only thing that he did in this book that I really thought was cute was that he helped Ava with swimming or just getting her comfortable in water. She has childhood trauma revolving around water, bodies of water, so he kind of like helped her through that throughout the book, which was very cute. And guys, it's not that I think that it was uncharacteristic for Alex to be singing. It's just the fact that there was singing in general. I am somebody that, unless it's a musical, why are we singing? Okay, it's very weird for me. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. So it's not that it was uncharacteristic and that's why I didn't like it. It's the fact that he was just singing in general. I'm not somebody that likes singing like that, unless it's a musical. If it's a musical, obviously understandable, but this wasn't, so why are we singing? Next up, we have Twisted Games. I rated this one 5 stars. Easy 5-star read for me. Bridget is a part of a royal family in the European country Eldora, and something happens to her bodyguard. I think he goes on like paternity leave, and so she needs a new bodyguard, and they assign her to our MMC Reese. Reese is the bodyguard. I loved this book. This book was so good to me. Biggest trope in this one is bodyguard romance. I loved Bridget so much. I felt for her. I completely understood where she was coming from. I was rooting for her and hoping that everything in her life would work out the way she wanted it to. I also love Reese. He has a troubled background, so I really did feel for him. This felt like a true like royal romance. Like I really felt like this was real. Bucket list number 4. I'm still thinking about that to this day. Okay, bucket list number 4. If you know, you know. There was just something about this one that I just really, really enjoyed. Like, I loved the sneaking around to be with each other. It was so... Next in the series is Twisted Hate. I rated this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This book follows Josh, which is Ava's older brother, and Jules, which is Ava's best friend. Now, like I said in the beginning, this series on a whole follows 4 college friends, but Ava and Jules are the best friends within their friend group. The thing about these two is they hate each other. They cannot stand each other. And we've seen that since book 1. So the biggest tropes in this one are enemies to lovers, and then best friend's brother, and then sister's best friend. So basically in this one, there is a little bit of forced proximity. Jules ends up working at the same clinic that Josh works at. Josh is a doctor, and Jules is in law school. And as like a sort of like internship thing, I think it is, she has to work at this clinic. I'm gonna be honest with you, this is probably going to be my favorite book until we get to a certain point with Josh. It's basically during the 3rd act breakup, something else happens that just really, to me, is unforgivable. A lot of people liked it, but I just personally don't. If I were in that situation, I don't know how I would recover from it. So I put myself in Jules' shoes, and it just, yeah, I don't like Josh, and it's unforgivable for me. I don't think I will ever like Josh because of this. Overall, the writing in this one was much better than the first one, but I felt like there really was no storyline in this one. The only storyline there was that they hate each other and then they started to love each other, and that was pretty much it. Whereas the other two had a storyline, this one really didn't. I'm gonna be honest, Jules was my favorite character up until this book, which is strange. I really did not like her in her own book. In the other 3 books, I loved her and she's my favorite character 100%. She's such a girl's girl, woman empowering women. Like, I just absolutely loved her, except for in her own book. And the last book is Twisted Lies. I also rated this one a 5. Easy 5-star for me. The biggest trope in this one is fake dating. If you know anything about me, fake dating and marriage of convenience are my tropes. There is just something about that fake love turning into real love that I just really love. This book follows Stella and Christian. Stella is basically an influencer slash trying to create her own fashion line. And Christian is a CEO of a security company, the same company that Reese worked for in the second book. And he also does things with like technology and like spy equipment kind of things. Christian. There was just something about Christian, okay? Like, he was on another level. Like, he was doing things that really had me like, oh my goodness. And I don't even mean anything like spicy, okay? This is like non-spice actions, okay? Non-spice behavior. There was this one part where Stella and Christian go to Stella's family's house for dinner, and Stella and her family really don't have the best relationship. Stella's sister basically outs her in front of their parents, and then their parents start talking down on Stella, which Christian cannot stand. So he sticks up for her and defends her in front of her parents and sister. My jaw was on the floor. Like, I was so turned on from it, honestly. Like, the things I would do to Christian after that moment, I'm telling you, okay? Defend me in front of my family, ooh, yes. There is a little bit of a stalker moment too in this book. Stella has a stalker and it really creeped me out. It's like one of my biggest fears in life is having a stalker. That's a little bit about each book. I will go ahead and give them my final ranking. Twisted Lies would be number 1, no surprise. Twisted Games number 2, also no surprise. Then I would put Twisted Love and then Twisted Hate. Although I did rate Twisted Hate higher than Twisted Love, it's just the fact that there was a lack of a storyline in Twisted Hate. Like, when I was thinking about ranking these, it's basically like, would I reread them and like the order in which I would reread them, kind of. Number 1 being, of course, I would reread it. The last one I really wouldn't. I think I could see myself rereading Twisted Love before I could see myself rereading Twisted Hate, if that makes any sense at all. So for the series on a whole, I liked it. However, the thing that I realized was that all 4 of the MMCs were the same. They were literally the same person. Touch her, you die. Look at her, you die. I will burn the world for her, which is great. Like, all men really should be like that. But all 4 men in the same series, it was just a little much. And for my rankings of the characters for the FMCs, we have Bridget at number 1, Stella at 2, Ava at 3, and Jules at 4, which pains me because, like I said, I loved Jules in every book that wasn't her own. And that's really sad. I was really rooting for her throughout the whole entire series, and I really did love her until it got to her own book, and then I just really could not stand her. And for the MMCs, we have Christian number 1. Duh, everybody could have guessed that. Reese number 2, Alex 3, Josh 4. Absolutely hate Josh, and I'm not changing anything about that. Now, do I recommend this series on a whole? Yes. Like any series, there are some good moments and there are some bad moments. There's good characters, bad characters, good books, bad books. So yes, I would say go ahead and give it a try. They're very easy reads. Nothing too crazy happens. Although they are very easy reads, some of the topics in each book are pretty heavy, so I would check trigger warnings for all 4 books. And if you do have access to Kindle Unlimited, I would just go ahead and take advantage of reading them while they are on Kindle Unlimited. And I would check your library to see if they have unlimited copies of the audiobook like they did for mine. Like, I was really surprised that 3 of the 4 books had unlimited copies at my library. If you have read this series, please let me know your thoughts. I am dying to talk to people about this. Let me know your rankings for the books, rankings for the characters. I want to know it all. And if you are a Josh lover, just know nothing you say will change my mind, so don't waste your breath, okay? That is it for this video though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!